Hey everyone, it's me, CNDOLL. Welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I post new doll and toy related videos multiple times every week. And looky here, we have some guests for today, also this one. Today I have a very small but very exciting package that I got from China. So if you don't know, I use a proxy service to order from China. You can order from China normally, but you're not going to get access to the Chinese exclusive marketplaces, which is where all the best stuff is. The proxy service that I use is called SuperBuy. I will link any information about them in the description, and we'll talk about them a little more later in this video. But anyways, it happened to be their anniversary, so there was this really cute little promotion where you could get a pin for free with your package. So of course I said, please, yes. So I have this really cute SuperBuy pin. I'll show you that up close later. Everything in this box, by the way, I will flip the camera around and show you up close later on in this video. But for now, we're just going to go through and do the haul. So already right up top, the reason I brought over my lovely Trashion Alley dolls, if you don't know what these are a line of dolls by Hasbro. They were started around 2018, likely meant to release in 2019 or 2020. They were canceled for a reason that the general public does not know yet. And they turned up in 2020 looking like this. They could be purchased. And then the head never really turned up. Randomly, someone that I happen to know in China got a hold of the head, the only head that had ever been found to that point, right here. She sold it to me. Here it is. I have put it on a white body that a friend of mine sold. I do not have the outfit for this character, which now we know is Vermina. Two more heads actually surfaced on completed dolls. They had their outfits, their heads, and everything. Photos have not gotten out, but it is pretty well understood that they were likely destroyed in a warehouse raid. Unfortunately, a counterfeit raid on a proxy service warehouse. So that's your abridged version of the Trashion Alley story. That is not my story to tell. The warehouse raid thing is not my story to tell. You can look into it if you're interested. It's kind of a crazy story. But I managed to get a hold of a bunch more Trashion Alley parts. So just so you know, I have a lot of doubles in here. I did not do this as some kind of strategy to have a bunch of extras. I actually did this because sometimes when I ordered one thing, something else would come. And I was fighting for my life trying to get a specific piece that I'm pretty sure I didn't get, but we're going to find out. So anyway, I have two of this dress, which is the same dress that this doll is wearing. I'm very curious if the text is going to be any different on any of these or what's going on. We will see. Sometimes they send samples instead of the actual ones. We have this itty bitty little box too, but for now I'm just going to stick with all these baggies because they are the ones that have all of the Trashion Alley parts in them. This is a little belt, so I actually don't have any of the accessories, and I tried really hard to find these. By the way, if you haven't seen these before, they surfaced, I think, around a year ago, and I missed out on buying them at the time. They all sold out like that, and I was so sad. But then someone on TikTok had asked me if I had them, and I said, oh, well, I have all of these. I don't have the fashions. And then they said, like, oh, they're for sale. They're available for sale. And I was like, what? And I assumed that they meant, like, they had been available for sale, but I went and looked, and sure enough, a bunch of them were still up. So this is a really cute, probably meant to be like a twist tie. And of course, I didn't say, but they're based on trash. Oh, this is huge. I didn't realize this would be so big. This is so cute. It's like the little umbrella that you put in a cup. This little cherry on it. So cute. I don't know if this was an actual accessory that like came with one of the dolls or if it was for one of the fashions. We don't really know. Everything we know has been pieced together from things that have been found. The shoes were hard to get. There are a lot of collectors that specifically buy things on these Chinese sites, especially a lot of Russian collectors. They specifically buy things from these sites to use with other dolls. And that's the sense I get for a lot of this Trashion Alley stuff and why we're not seeing it surface after it gets purchased. I think a lot of it's just being purchased as like accessories for people's dolls. I think these are meant to be like fondant and cake sprinkles and stuff. Extremely cute. I got two pairs. I was trying really hard again to get certain pieces that I'm pretty sure I did not get. Okay, interesting. I don't know what's going on with this one. And as you can see, by the way, all of these things that I'm opening that are so nicely packaged, SuperBuy does a really good job. Like you can see in my box here, the SuperBuy wrapping on a lot of this stuff. And, ooh, okay. Look at this. These are the little, oh my gosh, the little wrapped baggy shoes with, it could be licorice, it could be straws. I think it's supposed to be straws, little bendy straws. So cute. Oh, and then this is a little, like a buttercup, Reese's buttercup sort of packaging. Oh my God. I'm so glad I got some of the shoes. When I first was alerted that this listing still existed and was actually listing stuff. The shoes were all gone, and I just kept checking back and kept checking back, and eventually there were more shoes. These are the dress that this doll is wearing. I believe I have 2 of them in here. There were certain things, like this one specifically, the listing that I ordered from was actually her dress, which is the one that I'm missing. And it wasn't in there. A different thing ended up coming. I was so bummed, but that's not SuperBuy's fault. That was the seller that shipped the wrong thing. These are the 2 little doily dresses. And again, we will look at them up close in a little bit. Here's more of those shoes. I was just taking my chance because, again, sometimes the sellers seem to have said the wrong thing. And SuperBuy was really good. They send you a picture and they're like, hey, this isn't what you ordered. And I'm like, it's fine. I'm not mad. It's okay. This was like probably 5 or 6 different weeks that I ordered these over. It was a lot. Okay. I have more stuff, but I'm getting the sense that they... Oh, oh my gosh. Okay. I have a bunch of these shoes, which are very similar to these. I guess they have little like stud rhinestones. I don't know what the stack is supposed to be. And they're bag looking again. Don't quite know the reference with these, but I ended up with 3 pairs. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to go get some scissors. Get the sense that probably some of my Trashion Alley stuff has made it into these little baggies, which is very nice. And then this was the piece that I wanted the most other than her actual outfit, because I was so bummed that I missed out on it the first time these came up for sale. Oh, there's a bunch in here, actually. And look. Okay, so the one that I was just talking about is this one. It is so cute. It's this, like, it's interesting that it's in this, like, sealed baggie. This being one of the fashions and not one of the main outfits on one of the dolls is shocking to me. And we do pretty much confirmably know that these are the outfits that each of these characters was packaged with, because every single one that has surfaced has been wearing these specific outfits. Okay, look at this. So it's a pretty terrible, like, plasticky fabric underneath, but it has this cool vinyl over it. And it just looks like a little candy wrapper. Look at the sleeves. I'm so excited. So if I indeed did not end up with her top, which I think I didn't, she will be wearing this from now on, probably. It's so perfect. And I bet these are the I don't know how the fashions were going to work. Like, we don't know. The only packaging that was ever found was only posted in a blurred image and then allegedly was destroyed in a warehouse raid. Here's another one of the socks. This one looks a lot dirtier, and they're supposed to look dirty because they're supposed to look like worn socks. Interesting. And then this outfit, I don't get it. I haven't quite, like, figured this one out. It's interesting. This one, so, like, a lot of this one have been found, but the fabric choices are just so odd that it almost makes me think this was a test run, but there were so many that were found that I guess it wasn't. And there's a big bow on the back. So I don't really know. I don't really know. And then we also have this one, which is really fun. It's a 2-piece. So it's got this top and then this little bubble skirt. I think it's a skirt. Really unique one. I don't quite know what all of the, like, trash that they're referencing is in all of these. Okay, next. And unfortunately, I'm not necessarily a trash expert. Honestly, I probably am. Okay. I told you I ordered a lot because I'm telling you I was not taking my chances. As soon as that one went in stock, I ordered everything that was in stock just to see what would happen. And again, I don't think it paid off from the images that I have seen, but we will see. Okay, this is a lot. So this was one order. I think this was probably that order. This one is so cute. I might put this one on Vermina too. I mean, I'm going to put all of them on somebody. We're going to do some fashion play. It's going to be fun. So stick around. This one says created in LA on this little shirt. So that would have been like a garment tag. And then the bottom is these 2 poofy, bubbly gathered skirts. So cute. So cute. This is one of my favorite pieces of all of them. I think it's absolutely precious. We have another one of this. See, so if this was just a test run to test the pattern, I don't think there would be so many of this one. And there's more that I do not own. Like, a lot of these have actually surfaced. It's interesting. There's that bubble skirt outfit again. Another all-time favorite. I think it's either supposed to be like a burlap bag or a napkin that's been drawn on. Originally, I thought it was like a pattern, like a fabric pattern. The thing you use to make a garment. But I don't have a... it looks like maybe a note that a mom would have left in like a lunchbox on a napkin. I don't know. But if you look, it actually has a collar on it. And then I suspect this piece goes with it because it's packaged with it and it's been shown with it online, but it has this really, really cute like plasticky bit over it. It's a good one. Another favorite. I have another one of this. This was another one that like I'm confused by. Like, I don't know. This one and this one. I'm a bit lost on what they're going for. Like, this is probably a cupcake wrapper. Is this just supposed to be like candy packaging? Because we have a lot of candy packaging that's like immediately obvious what they're supposed to be, like this one. So, but there's another one of that one. And then this one, ooh, wow. I assumed that this was supposed to be a balloon. And I think so. They used like a really interesting like sticky fabric on this one. Oh, that's so fun. See, these dolls were just gonna, I wish these had come out. I mean, duh, but like these would have been so fun. And then this is meant to be a makeup wipe. It even has that like suede finish to it. That's fun. That's fun. I just assumed napkin, but there's also the like eyeliner scrub. So I think it's supposed to be. That's fun. That is so cute. Okay. This feels like heads. I think this is something else. Is this? Oh, I'm telling you, I didn't just order these to be greedy, and I did not order everything that they had. Well, I ordered one of everything at least, but I was testing my luck after a couple times I got something that I didn't order that wasn't even listed, where I was like, so I have more used sock dresses. Two more. Okay. I think that there's a few more Trashion Alley things, but they're just, yeah, here they are. Okay. They sent me another SuperBuy badge. I think I paid like 20 cents for that. I was like, that's so cute. I would like another one, please. And they did. Okay, I got 2 more pairs of these shoes. My greed is off the charts. Before I made this, I didn't think about how like, oh, I ordered like 6 of certain things, which again was simply to see if there were other things. Or sometimes you can get like, I saw somebody have this before, you can get like one that was a test run where they used a different fabric. I don't know. Okay. The hardest things to get, which leads me to believe that, again, it's a bunch of people who aren't necessarily buying them because they're prototypes. They're more buying them just to use as accessories for their dolls, which is the way to go, I think. Because these are merely like factory line samples, which is still really cool, especially for an unreleased line. The accessories were so hard to get. So it's a little charger. Well, it's just a plug. That is so cute. It's a little like adapter plug. And does it open? It almost looks like it would, but I don't think that it does. This is so cute. And then there's what is probably like a cable tie tied into a really cute bow shape there. I also got this, I don't know what it's supposed to be because it doesn't have a way to put it on. Maybe like a crown? It fits around the ear really nicely. Is it just supposed to, I don't know. It could be like a, over the ponytail sits like that. Because it doesn't have a cut through it. Normally, if it was a necklace, it would have a cut through it because you're not necessarily supposed to take the doll's head off. Although I will say this neck peg makes it extremely easy to take the head off without breaking the doll. So maybe it is a necklace. It's really big, but that's so cute. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, and then we also have this little headband. It's made out of what is probably meant to look like a bendy straw, but then it has this. It has like a comb piece on it that's really thicker than you would expect for a comb piece. So I don't really know. But it definitely would fit on her head. I just want to mess up her hair. Interesting. The box is back. Anyway, I think we'll go with this next. It feels like, I think I know what's going to be in here. I mean, I know everything that's in the box. I just don't know what necessarily is next. Aha! These I ordered because I was intrigued. And they're likely bootleg product, which anytime you order bootleg stuff, if you like are interested in something like this, bear in mind that they might not be made out of materials that have been like safety tested. If you're collecting them as a collector and you are going to handle them properly, that's totally fine. But, you know, they could have lead paint or something. And I'm not saying that as like oh, this country is doing this all wrong. No, but like it happens. And especially with a lot of these like bootleg products, you need to be careful of it. Anyways, I ordered these Novi Stars Bootleg heads. I just really, really wanted them. They're definitely bootleg. They don't have like the same material even as the Novi Stars, but I just thought they were really, really cool. So gonna have my own little Novi Stars characters soon. Look at this gorgeous pink one with the red hair. I love the color of the hair. The hair feels like, it's not a material that I'm used to with dolls. It feels like a bad quality human grade wig Kanekalon. You could convince me this is polypropylene. I would have to play with it more, especially because right now it's kind of messed up. But I do know this exact color. It just doesn't feel like doll polypropylene to me. But it could also just be a fiber that I'm just simply not familiar with. This one's cool. And I ordered all of them. You did not have to order all of them necessarily, but I did because I thought they were cool. They're all very squishy. And whew, one of them shedding a lot of hair. This one's really dirty, so I'm just going to show her and then put her back. And then this one's really dirty too. Just got to wash them off. A lot of these have been sitting in like a warehouse or a factory or something for a long time. So you just have to be careful. I'm going to clean this up. So again, because these are gray market, I don't know what they're made out of. And I honestly doubt they went through any kind of safety testing to be on the market. I assume these were bootleg dolls that were released somewhere and these are just the heads to them. But still, I just wanted to say, if you are like, ooh, I really want those, I have a really good idea, I want to make customs with those, just bear in mind that they cannot get into the hands of children at any point in time. Or anybody else, honestly, unless they are given proper information on that. And that's something that I want to impart to you. Very important. Anyways, I have this really cute, tiny little box. I assume, guess, it's probably more Trashion Alley stuff. I assume it's, maybe another one of those umbrellas, I'm not sure. Yes, it's a bunch of the accessories. This piece was so hard to get, and it was the one I wanted the most. So I had never had Baby Bell cheese before, but I recently had some because my mom bought it for me while she was staying with me. And it was the most delicious thing known to man. And I was like, wow, where have you been all my life? And then I found these Trashion Alley Baby Bell cheeses, but they were out of stock. And I was like, but I want them. But anyway, they came back, and I grabbed two. The reason often I would order 2 or 3 in one lot, just so you know, is because if there was only, like, if I ordered 3 and there was 1 left, they would send me the 1. And it was like, it was a strategic thing that I was doing, because when you're ordering through a proxy, it's not the second you press the order button, you have to wait. So there's like several things that I do in particular to like make the odds higher, I guess. But anyway, here's the little Baby Bell cheese purses. They don't open, but they do have like an open area that shows some of the cheese. This would be the wax area, but of course they're just plastic. And then this is a little zipper track. So cute. So cute. Yay, I'm so glad I got that. And then this is probably a clue that these are packaged together. So maybe they go with this outfit. I don't know. But this is another headband, and it almost seems like it would be this way. Not this way. Just by the way, I don't know. We'll play around with these and see, but I'm not going to mess up her hair. And then I got this little lot again, which was the plug, the weird jewel thing that I don't know what it is, and then the headband as well. Which don't necessarily need to open that since that's a double. What have we here? I did order some, other than the Trashion Alley stuff, I guess we'll include it all in this video. I did get some trading card stuff, and that's probably what this, oh no, I see what this is. Okay. This is so funny because I ordered this a while ago and the seller never sent it, but my order never got canceled, so I was like, that's weird. And then it just showed up one day. This is a Cutie Pop. Yay! Oh my gosh, we didn't see the back. It was just this, but this is something that I look out for. First of all, this QC sticker. Sometimes this is on final release products. It's normally not right here. So this says QC, so quality control. And then there's some writing on here. Normally these are notes that were being taken for whatever reason. So I need to figure out how to read this. I can read some Chinese characters. I cannot read them when they're done in this like cool cursive. That seems like a special skill that I don't know if I'll ever grasp. But this was from May 30th, 2012. And on the back was not in the picture. It's kind of a gray market to sell these sorts of things, so they usually won't show parts like this. But you can see, I guess this is the company. that produces the samples for Jada. It says client is Jada, product name, and everything's in Chinese. So I'll have to figure this out. But oh, how cool. So I'll have to see if this is the same or any different from the final. It looks like this they finalized. They said, okay. So I assume that this is just the final. Like, they probably just finished it. But this was just a packaging sample. I think all of the stuff inside is going to be like identical in the final release. But I don't know. We'll see. Oh, there's something cool going on here. There's I guess the dud UPC and then the real one. Probably. I don't know. This is something to play around with, but oh, I love a sample and I love Cutie Pops. So I was excited about this. Stay tuned on Cutie Pops. I'm excited. Well, it's nothing like super crazy like anything in this box, but I'm just excited about some Cutie Pops my friend found. Anyways, next we have okay. This confused me. It looks like I got a bunch of extra stuff with what I ordered. These are the Winx Club trading cards. These are created by, I don't quite remember what the name of the company was, but they are official. They are a Chinese trading card. Right now, trading cards that are like really fancy and cool are like hot in China. So the way that these cards work is that they come in different boxes, and the different boxes determine which like special ones you can get. It's really, really convoluted. It's a whole thing. So I have from the pink box, and these are the purple box, a bunch of the cards. So why I said they're really fancy is because, yes, there's a lot of regular ones, but there's these like really cool ones that have different textures and different shine and like three-dimensional elements. You can even get like acrylic stands and stuff. Yeah, they're really, really cool. So I did a couple of short videos on it, but it didn't seem like it was anything like, I don't know. So I'm probably going to open these in other Winx videos that I do as like a fun bonus thing, or I'm just gonna open them on my own. I don't know. But the packaging for these has the umbrella girlies on it. So cute. I dropped that one. I also got a bunch of Kaio things. Detective Conan pen holder. Or like, what? Kaio's another company that does, what is all this? This is Naruto pens. Kaio does the, or Kaio, they do the My Little Pony cards and a lot of other property. Interesting. I don't know why these were included, but okay. Thanks. Okay. I know what this is going to be. I mean, I think I know. We'll find out. This next thing is, I think, going to be a really cool doll that I was excited about. It could also be something card related that got wrapped up in a strange way. No, it's a doll. Okay. This is a doll that I'm pretty sure they're like either aftermarket or just an off-brand that isn't like available anywhere that I live, or anywhere that I have like regular access to anyway. But I've seen them around on Chinese sites and I've been so interested in them. So they're called Grroovy Catz. You know I have to have them if they're called Grroovy Catz. And look at her. So this is Playful Juju. See, I don't know what these are. I see them around. Okay, it's a Hong Kong company. And it has this big distributor tag on it, which is interesting. City World International. I don't know, but my thing is, look, they're way larger than I thought. I thought these were going to be a lot smaller than this. Oh my god, I'm so excited. The clothing actually looks like really good quality too. They use kind of, it's interesting. They're using these generic, like baby, like eyes that I see in baby dolls, I'm pretty sure. That's not a bad thing, but, it's just something that I'm noticing. I've seen those eyes before. Never have cats look so cool. Cats with personality and style. This packaging is really, really dirty. When was this made? So the company, or the languages that are on here, it seems to have something for Ireland and something for Liverpool. So maybe these were sold in the UK. I don't know. But it has Arabic, German, English, Spanish, French, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Dutch, and I guess that's Portuguese. So maybe those are languages of places that they were distributed. I don't know. I know nothing. If you know anything about those dolls, please let me know. I am interested in that knowledge. Okay, the last thing is trading card related. And after this, we'll be playing Trashion Alley Dress Up. Get excited. I really wanted one of these, and these are actually pretty hard to find, in my experience anyway. Here's some card pages. It looks like it comes with exclusive cards maybe, or just extra cards, I don't know. It is the trading card binder for the Winx Club cards, and it has this absolutely beautiful Fairy Couture art on it. But the best part is, if you're familiar with the Fairy Couture art, they make Aisha look like Roxy. Like, she gets whitened. Unfortunately, they didn't really fix Flora here, but look, Aisha's skin tone is right. Considering this is specifically a Chinese release product, that is something to commend. These are so gorgeous. So interestingly, some of them have wings that are familiar, but some of them, like, are these Believe Stella's wings? But like different. These are gorgeous. These are Butterflix Aisha's wings, but gorgeous. These are so pretty. And it says, open your, there's a sticker. That was not a good choice. I wanted this bad, and this is not the only one. These, I think, only come from, like, ordering them online from specific places, so even in, like, Chinese retailers, I'm not sure if you're able to get these. I don't really know what the situation is, but they were hard to get, but I managed to get one from an actual distributor, so I didn't pay, like, extra that I know of. I don't know. I don't quite remember what I paid, but it was good. And I will link this in not only my little storefront on SuperBuy, but also in the description in case anyone needs that link. And it also has these card sleeves, which is great because I'm actually in my little itty bitty binder. Where did I just put that? Oh, under here. Interesting choice. I'm actually out of space, so there's a lot of cards, but most of them are in this category where they're the special ones. See, I'm missing all of these. They're these special ones that only come from certain packaging. So, yeah, it's a whole universe that I'm attempting to traverse carefully right now, because I'm so intrigued and they're so cute. Okay, let's see about these. So are these exclusive? So I have a dark art card, this really pretty icy SR, and this one with the tricks in it. So everything is villains themed. I didn't even know it was going to come with some cards, but that's cute. Just a little collection starter, I guess. So yeah, that's the Winx cards. I won't do like a full video on those, but I might include them in my next Winx doll unboxing, which will be soon, or in the Winx Club reboot review video. Still not sure if that's coming out. We'll talk about it when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyways, let's play dress up. Welcome to the flip side. So first I'm going to show you everything that's not Trashion Alley, and then we'll get to the Trashion Alley dolls. Also, while I was editing that other section, Vermina's standing that way drove me crazy, so I'm just going to take her down. Anyways, let's get started. So this is that QC packaging sample for the Cutie Pops doll fashion pack. So if anybody can actually read any of these characters, well, not just any of them, like I know what that says, but like if you can read this and it says something interesting, let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna need to find some photos of this packaging online and see if it differs at all. I'm especially curious what this says. But yeah, that is the Cutie Pops fashion. Excited to add that to my sample collection. Then I have this Grroovy Catz doll. You can now actually see, I hope. This is what she looks like. She definitely needs some help. There's a lot of her paint that has scraped off, as you can see. I'm not good at color matching with paint, so I think she just won't get to have a nose for a bit. But yeah, these are really cool, and it seems like a fully realized doll line, but I don't really know anything about them. So if anybody in the audience knows anything about these, please let me know. I'm so curious about these. And I'm so curious how many they made. Is it just these 4? How do I get them? Mainly. And again, I'm so surprised how big they are. And they don't actually seem to have kitty feet. They just seem to have regular, like, Barbie-sized doll feet, which is interesting. Also, they might have working pockets. I'm intrigued. I'm obsessed. Very excited about her. So, anyway. Then we have our Novi Stars heads. We have the 2 in here, which are... Well, this one's pretty much fine. But these ones are dirty. And, I mean, it happens. A lot of these, especially, are kept in, like, old warehouses and just, like, on the factory floor somewhere in, like, a pile. So, I don't mean literally on the floor. They're usually, like, in a cardboard box together. I specifically wash any dolls I get from this sort of situation, including the Trashion Alley clothes, everything like that, because I don't know where they've been. And I do wash everything that comes into my house and my collection, but these I have a special regimen for, just in case they're carrying any kind of spores from being in a potentially not well climate controlled environment for a while. Okay, I'm gonna clean out my little area here. Hi! So now I wanted to show you the Winx Club trading cards. Got my scissors here. So first, this is my collection just of the ones that I purchased previously. I also ordered them using SuperBuy as a proxy. So I'm actually missing a few of the rare cards, which is interesting. I think what's going on is that certain packs are like seeded a certain way, so I just coincidentally didn't end up with those. Not quite sure if anybody's looked into how the seeding works. I don't really know, but I really like these cards. I think they're really fabulous. I'm really enjoying collecting these. They're relatively inexpensive even to import, and I think they're really awesome. So you can see I'm missing a lot of these SRs. I do have the dark art one, which is cool. And I love that I got these Believix SSRs from the last box that I bought. Missing all of those SSRs. But again, I think certain ones are exclusive to these sorts of packs, so we'll see. And then there's all sorts of special ones. So these are URs that you're seeing back here, which I have to imagine means ultra rare. And then these are the rest of the URs. So I did get one of every Winx girl, which is really cool. And then I got the Tricks URs as well. And I looked at a chart, that's why I have them this way. And then this isn't even enough space for all of these if I were to get them, but I don't necessarily foresee that happening. But these are CRs, and then this is an SP. And I'm going to need someone to help me understand what all of those stand for. So now, since you're here, I thought that I would open this box and just see what's inside. I have a full box to open elsewhere if I so choose. So let's just see what's in here. So I do need to... Okay. I didn't want to, like, rip the box, although this is the one that's not in great condition. So I'm so curious because on the side here, this is one of those acrylic stands. I really want the acrylic stands, but they're actually like super limited edition. But these are just card packs. And I think I saw something where you could like trade in for certain items, which obviously I can't do if I order them. So I'm very curious. Oh. Okay, I think there's like cardboard in there or something. Oh, I'm so intrigued. Okay, let's open a pack together, shall we? These are like a more papery material than the other packs. Or maybe I'm mistaken. I just don't recall. Let's see what's going on. What? Okay. Wow. This is Winx Party. It says Vintage Winx TV Show Bloom. And I guess this is a UR. It says UR up here. Wow. This is really cool. Is this like a totally different series, or are these in the same numbering scheme as the others? This is cool. This one's cardboard, like it's thick. Or are they? Were all of them this thick? Oh, I'm so confused. Well, anyway, I got Mitzi as an SR, Daphne as an SSR, and then this really cool Stella TR, which I guess means transparent rare. I mean, how fun is that? And I mean, I just love that we're seeing some of these artworks. Some of them, like, I think this is just a screenshot from the show. Same with this one. But some of them are just the really cool, like, stock art from the comics and the magazines and stuff. Okay, I kind of want to open another one. And so, I swear, the other ones aren't this thick. So I guess these packs just are the thicker ones. I don't understand. I'm very confused. I need to read up on these more. Okay. That's better. Now we won't get them spoiled. Well, that one will. Ooh. See, these are like cardboard. So this is Layla. They went with Layla for the Chinese version, and it's an SP card. We have the Bloom Ballet Transparent Rare. Cute! Okay, I wouldn't think they would make Macy. Cool. So we have this SR Macy and this SSR Farragonda. Wow. Okay. Oh, I just want to open all of these. Should we? Should we? I'll stop when I'm satisfied. We'll see when that happens. Okay. Ooh! That's so gorgeous. This is beyond fashion. Sorry, this loop in this age had me thinking that this was like not an N, but anyway. Pretty. I love a holographic thing. Then we have the Layla ballet card. Oh, Griselda as an SSR and Neptune as an SR. I'm surprised which characters they did. Also, if you're wondering if while I was flipping through this, you weren't paying super attention, they actually, so these rares are scenes from the show. That's what all the rares are. And, oh, I'm just realizing there were no rares in these packs that I'm opening right now. How odd. I'm so perplexed. But anyway, you can see that it goes from season 1 all the way to, I believe it's season 7. Like, it doesn't stop. Yeah, it stops at season 7. So, it's pretty cool. Anyways, I think we need to keep going. It's interesting, there's so much less cards per pack, but they're, like, excellent. Okay, this one feels weird. There's something three-dimensional in here more than usual. Let's see. Did I get one of the acrylics? What is that? Okay, I've never seen this before. See, so do you have to buy a full case? Because otherwise you could just feel this. Because I felt that in there. I mean, what is this? Wow. Okay, so it's the Mythics Fairy Couture Art of Bloom. Are you kidding? This is so gorgeous. But, okay, how does this work? Because there's 4 per pack normally, and then I jinxed it and got 1 per pack, which is great. This is worth... Wow. I'm absolutely in love. I mean, what? Look how thick this card is. Like, that's the normal cards that come in the... Okay, so clearly the pink box is what you need to fill out your rares, but if you don't want to do all that, go with the purple box. Like, what? I want to feel the... Hold on. How are these seated? Or are they seated at all? Yeah, I don't feel anything else that feels notably three-dimensional. I'm just going to open all these. You know what? This is going to be a fun video. Ooh, that one looks special. What? This Mermaid Icy. Wow. And it says Marine Melody. This is beautiful. This says being like ice in Chinese. How cool. And I'm not really sure what the function... I know this character, but this meaning, it's Bing Ho, I think. But I don't know what this functions as in a name. But anyway. Wow. Then we have the Ballerina Musa. How gorgeous. I think this was called Ballerina, even though I would... These could be like warm-up outfits for Ballerina, but I would just call this like warm-up. But I'm pretty sure it's been officially dubbed Ballerina by the doll lines. I'm not confident, though. Ooh, Griffin and Nereus. See, so when I open my next purple box, is it going to be identical to this? Minus the special, like, crazy three-dimensional card. Ooh, Bloom's Mythics is such a good one, too. I'm so excited about that. Okay, then we have... Oh, I got the same one. Okay, so this is the Beyond Fashion CR Stella. I mean, of everything to get doubles of, this is an excellent one for me. I mean, I think that's the first double in this whole set. This TR Techna, so cute. And then we have, oh, a regular SR Icy and this SSR of Tritanus. So, of course, they mean like super rare, super, super rare. I mean, I think anyway. But you can see that each graduation comes with something different. So they'll have, this one is this really cool holographic. This one only has the holographic star pattern that you can see when I move it. There's other ones that are textured. Like, these cards are amazing. They are so much fun. They're more than just like trading cards to me. They feel like so elevated. I feel like little art pieces. I want to put them on a poster as much as I like the binder. Ooh, I got floor. Wow. Okay, so here's the Nymph Daphne. Well, this weird situation of Daphne in her nymph outfit. Oh, how pretty. So that's a UR. Curious why it says Mexican up here. Did it say that on the other one? Because the UR is up here too. Winx Party Vintage. I mean, this is gorgeous. Then we have this Flora. This is one of my favorite Winx outfits. I mean, this whole outfit set is amazing. So I'm curious because as you can see, this happened with the other packs too. They're themed after the umbrella outfits, but none of the cards inside that I've found are the umbrella outfits. So I'm so curious. This feels weird. I think it's just the, this though that I'm feeling. Oh, okay. I opened this one backwards, but that's okay. We've got the SR of Whizgiz. Oh my gosh, I didn't even open the rest of the... Hold on. SSR of Sky. The transparent Stella. How beautiful. And interesting, the Farragonda from UR. Okay, and I totally did not open... Like, I just moved on after I got to the transparent. We have the SR of Griselda and the SSR of Crystal. See, there's really cool, different characters included. As opposed to just, like, the main characters and the secondary characters. Like, there's some... really, really cool ones. And again, a lot of later season representation, which is kind of unusual with a lot of throwback merch like this. But this feels like a full series Winx Club merchandise. Anyway, we have this Griselda UR. How interesting. Then we have this Ballerina Bloom. Again, I think it's called Ballerina. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Then we have Palladium and, ooh, I love these outfits. And how fun. They're like interesting screenshots from the show. I shouldn't say screenshots. They probably have the original like files from the animation. Okay. Well, I only intended to open one, but we got to our last pack. They captivated me, y'all. Okay. We have, oh, look at Aisha. Okay. Beyond Fashion Flora. So I'm curious. I don't know how they're seated. I don't know how it works. Seating, by the way, is like how many they put per pack. I mean, clearly you get a transparent in each pack. That's a given. We have Avalon and this gorgeous SSR Stella. See, so what I'm wondering is, because generally you do end up with full sets. That's the interesting thing that I appreciate greatly. You end up with pretty much full sets. I'm so curious how I ended up not getting all the rares, though. It's so funny. Not necessarily that concerned. I do like the rares, but I'm looking for the like more interesting textured cards. Okay, I'm gonna sort all of my, well, I'm gonna take a photo of everything first, and then I'm gonna sort all the new cards into here and then show you how it looks. All right, an update. I was going to put them all in the binder, but I noticed something. These are WXKB, and these are WXKA. So they're numbered differently. So I guess you can only get the cards from this set from, I mean, I don't know. I'm still working on this. I've looked at guides, and even the guides perplex me. But do these, like, SSRs at least go? No, these are WXKB. Oh, I'm so confused. But this card matches a card that I got before. I thought. Maybe not. No, because the outfit is different, but it's still... I mean, I'm so confused. I'm trying to get this Flora to sit down. That's SPO3 from B. No, these are their own thing. Okay, well, that answers that. Well, I was going to put them all in the binder, but it seems we will have to rethink. Also, what do you... This is substantial. Also, unfortunately, mine has this little ding, but I'm not really that worried about it. It happens. You can see. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. It's so cool. Well, I am not going to put these into a binder, I fear. I have placed all of the ones from this B set together in here for now, until I set up my new binder, which I'm so excited about. See, so that I got, this must be another 3-dimensional one, I think. So the Fairy Couture art is exclusive. And then we have, I got the Icy from this set. So clearly these ones are the chase type card. I mean, this, obviously. And then the umbrella is an option. So that's a DX. What does that mean? See, there's so many, and there's so many different variables. So I'm wondering if these acrylic stands are one of the things you could get, or this per box. These boxes are relatively inexpensive, and they're totally worth it to me. So, look forward to seeing more. Anyways, before we get to Trashion Alley, this is that binder. Is this not the most incredible thing? So, I mean, it's hard to show you because it's going to have some glare, but look at that. And you don't really see a lot of this Fairy Couture art used too frequently. Isn't it just stunning? So you can see that this is Flora, and they did give her wings. Can you believe that's Flora? I'm going to need someone to pay for this crime here. And then we have Bloom here with, I don't really know what wings she has going on. They're big bulbous ones. Can't really tell without seeing the bottom wing. And then we have Aisha with her Butterflix wings, but they're all remixed. So, like, these are Flora's Believix wings, yes, but, like, they're remixed. Then Techna has Stella's Believix wings, kind of. I can't really tell what's going on with Musa, and Stella's are really cool. They might be Onirix wings. Can't quite tell. But anyway, these rock. These are so cool. There's some, like, street signs. And then I don't want to remove this sticker, so I'm not really going to be able to tell you what to open. There's the inside. And it did come with all of these. So I'm going to have to count out and see how many I can fit in here, because I'd love to... I mean, I might just use this as the place I keep my, like, Rs, SRs, and then SSR and up I put in here. But I'm not sure if there are R's from B. There are lists online and I've looked at them, but it'll be like, if you want this card, buy this. Like, it's so confusing. But the people who have made the guides have done a great job. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to look too far into it because I want to be surprised and elated when I get them, like I was when I pulled that Bloom Mythics card. Like, I didn't know that that was an option necessarily. Like, yeah. But anyway, what I was saying is I think that these are seated a certain way because there's floors, Leafix wings, they won't give them up. I didn't get any from these series, right? And then this one too. And then are these the only transparent options? I'm not sure. Like, I'm shocked they don't come with a list or like advertise a list anywhere. Oh, it tells you that's the seating rate, I bet. Okay. So I think per box it's telling you this is how many you're gonna get, or there's 27 total SRs that you can get. Okay, this is the seed rate. Here we go. That's awesome that they provide you the seed rate. I think that might be a legal thing in China, or maybe the companies are just being nice. I have no idea. US companies need to get on this one. We need to have trade protections in place like this because this is where it's at. So I think it's saying there's 190 cards in the set, which is wild. And then, but this is set B. So that, man, this is a lot. But look at this. So these are all the different things that they can be called. Really a lot. But that three-dimensional card has me just completely stumped. Like, I don't know what the situation is there. Anyway, that's the Winx cards. I hope you enjoyed that little section. Now, let's get to some Trashion Alley fashion. So if you're not familiar with the Trashion Alley dolls, as I said before, these are a canceled doll line. They were supposed to come out around 2019 or 2020. They started surfacing on AliExpress in 2020 as these mystery rat bodies, and the heads were this weird thing. They were never found. And then this head turned up. I bought it immediately. And that was kind of just where we were. We had very little information. We just had these mystery bodies and now this mystery head, but not much. The Trashion Alley name was found from an old trademark that matched up perfectly with this. I can confirm, I can't tell you why, that is 100% official. These were Trashion Alley. These are them. And also this one is indeed named for Mina, which we got from this little card that she has on, which is her sample card. So these clothing pieces, though, did not surface, to my knowledge, until earlier this year. I missed out the first time they were available for sale, and I was so bummed. But they've come up again, and I snagged as many as I could. If you have any pieces that I'm missing, and I have pieces that you're missing, I am happy to trade. Please. It would have to be a PayPal-backed trade. I'm not just going to send them to some random person, but I'm serious about it. So especially this piece, the top that I'm missing, and her shoes. Let me know. Anyways, now we are going to redress everybody, but first, let me show you the outfits that they come with. So, starting off with the pink doll, she comes with this dirty sock dress, which now I have several of, just coincidentally through this endeavor, and yeah, they're all about the same. It seems like mine is almost a little bit faded. These ones just seem dirtier. But yeah, those are the sock dress. And then she was, I think, supposed to come with these strawberry shoes. And these are based on those little strawberry candies that people associate with old people. And then I'm not confident what this is supposed to be. It's interesting, like corkscrew looking. And then this piece as well, not 100%, but all of their fashions are based on trash. Of course, Trashion, it's genius. This doll is my favorite one that I got back when they first surfaced, and she still is. Although I am very partial to the one that has a head. It is convenient that she has a head. But her little doily dress is so cute. Isn't that so fun? And I love the tawny fur color. She's just really cute. And I like her little shoes. She has my favorite of the shoes. Well, they're the least Trashion shoes, but I do really like them. Anyway, and then this one's outfit is, I think this must go to like an apple juice or something, like a Capri Sun sort of pouch, if you know what I'm talking about. Then we have some newspaper that's been wet and shredded. It says Venice Beach goes chic. Yeah. Then we have her shoes, which are made out of some like wood that she must have found. A button. I guess this is just supposed to be some kind of fabric. Very, very cute. Then Vermina is supposed to have this really cool like plastic piece as her top, but I don't have it. And then she just has 2 scraps of fabric here. Or maybe this is supposed to be some kind of foil from like a candy wrapper. I don't know. But she has this red foil and then this polka dotted black and white polka dot skirt here, which isn't hemmed or anything. Nothing's really hemmed. It's just laser cut. So this one is fraying a little bit. It's kind of like that when I got it, but that's okay. Okay. Now it's time to play around with the fashions. So let's get all of their current outfits off and then pick out some new outfits for them. Never take off their outfits. I never have done it before because I just don't really need to. But now I kind of do, and I don't know how I'm going to display them, honestly. I kind of wish I was greedier back in the day because they were only like $10 each for these bodies, if not less. And I ended up getting all mine for free. Funny story. Mine, it was right when COVID had first started and mine went missing in transit. And I contacted the seller and I even said like, hey, I'm not really concerned about this. I just wanted to know like if you know what's going on with this package. And then they just instantly refunded me. And then like a couple weeks later, these showed up. So that was kind of cool. So I actually got mine for free, but I would have bought so many more. Like I should have. And I didn't even buy her at the time because the only ones of her they had available all had these Frightmares Monster High heads put on them and they were $30 each. Now I feel silly, but at the time we weren't sure if these were going to come out or not. So I'm not spending $30. Anyway, now I take more chances. I've been burned not taking a chance a couple times, but if you do take a chance, like one time someone offered to sell me like one Mermaids thing for like $300 and I was like, even if that turns out to be unreleased, I'm not really, like several have surfaced. I don't think it's worth $300 to me. I didn't even pay $300 for this. So I was like, no. Then they came out. So, you know, be careful. Anyway, now let's decide which outfits we want each of them to wear. So right now on this round, we'll do 4 outfits. Also, I did not take off those shoes. I'm not brave enough. Also, look, these are notes from the factory. So I got ones that were actually used for something, which is interesting. Yeah, the shoes I have messed with. I have thought about taking them off before, but I noticed that the paint was not super well, like, applied, but I don't know if that's because these are sample ones or if that's because that's just the way they did it. I don't know. So it just scared me and I didn't want to take off anything. Anyway, for Vermina, I've had this in mind since I first saw this outfit and did not manage to get it. Where is it? Oh my gosh, the little mint outfit. There it is. Vermina will be wearing the mint outfit. Duh. I don't know. I just feel like that's for her. So she'll wear the mint one. I need to find something that will look good with those. Although to be fair, her original outfit did not. And then this outfit, I think I got like the sample version that's using the wrong fabric because there's another version that uses like what looks like gum, and that makes a lot more sense than just this random flower fabric that's going on. I would really like someone to wear this one, and I feel like that's not offensive with those shoes, but I do need to pull them up. Maybe I can get that one down. Anyway, let's figure it out. I have everybody dressed in their new fashions. So starting off, some notes, since I'm not sure anybody has ever dressed them, like these ones in particular before, at least that is reported about it. Anyways, these shoes are legit impossible to put on. Oh, it was such a struggle. I mean, I got it. I figured it out, but it was really, really hard. A lot of the shoes are exorbitantly tight to the point that putting them on is pretty difficult. But these, I mean, the doll line didn't come out. So these might not have been the finalized, like, we don't know. We'll never know. I assume they're pretty finalized. There were samples. Nobody's seen them. They were blurry. They were blurred out. But that had painted eyes. I really hope that at least the photos of those turn up at some point. But those looked done. I haven't seen them, but you can make out things from the blur. They look done. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. You don't normally see doll lines get canceled this late into production because these were borderline ready to be on store shelves. It seems like they were, honestly. So I don't know. It's very curious. Anyway, this is the dress. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. You can see the cool plasticky layer, the fabric underneath. This is the headband. I just put it on to show it fits under the ears. And I noticed this. There's this little peg. That has to have been for some kind of accessory gimmick, right? Because they're not both the same headband. Like this one's completely blank and this one is probably like a bendy straw. I really want to know what that gimmick would have been. I'm thinking it's just some kind of flower, but I'm not seeing it on other accessories, so I really wonder what the gimmick was. It's interesting. Anyways, then we have the really, really cute tag dress. I really like this one. Also, she's holding the purse. I really love the little plug purse. And I put these shoes on her. No, they don't match. I guess there's some red, but I just don't have a lot of shoes to choose from. I would use those. Although I really do think these probably do actually go together. Oh, and I have her holding this, but it keeps falling. This is her little umbrella. Isn't it cute? I'm curious also if there's something that's supposed to go up top of the umbrella. I'm thinking yes. I am thinking yes. Yeah. Adorable. Adorable. There's Fermina. And she's not wanting to pose nicely because the stand is a little bit too big for her. So she looks a little silly, but she looks cute. I think she looks cute. Look at her. Adorable. Anyways. Oh, I also kind of want to put this with her, but I think the black kind of like is too much. Also, I think this outfit is not the one that I want to keep her in final because the white and red, I don't know why I thought that would be perfect, but it kind of, we lose it because she is white and red as well. Anyways, back to this one. Isn't that so cute? And these shoes rock. They're a little bit see-through, which is definitely intentional. Adorable. And then this doll, those shoes aren't coming off. Like, I'm not doing it. Sorry. I think the situation is something like these ones, which you can see the paint has come off. Also the pen mark, which is funny. So I don't want that to happen here. I tried. I gave it my best effort, which was actually more effort than I probably should have. And it did not come off, so. Anyways, she's got her Baby Bell cheese purse. It's so cute. So cute. I'm going to take it off for a second so that you can see the dress. Probably my favorite. I might end up putting this on Fermina because the middle piece matches with this. So I think they probably went together somehow. And then I kind of want to put these shoes with it simply because that teal color is pulled back in, but I might just stick with the red shoes. I don't know. Or, I mean, I have these shoes to choose from potentially. It just depends on whether or not I decide to put them back in their original outfits or not. I don't super like this outfit, so I probably will leave her in this one or one of the other ones. I don't know. We'll see. But so cute. So cute. Let me show you the back too, because it has the little sun. Isn't that fun? And this definitely confirms that they are Trashion Alley pieces. I mean, it was pretty clear, but they fit perfect. Other than the shoes, they're really hard to put on. These were actually quite easy because they are cut completely to the toe, but those ones are not. But these ones are cut in this shape, so you kind of just put them on sideways, which is unusual for a doll shoe, but it works. They just have really big feet, so you kind of have to. And then the really cool like balloon top. I'm not quite sure how I should fluff that to make it look the way it's supposed to, or if it's just kind of supposed to look like that. But I like it. I think it's fun. And then the makeup wipe skirt is just beyond. And I chose to put it on her because I felt like it matched her like feminine vibe that she had going on, the pink. And then I think this belt would look good here. Update, I couldn't get the belt on because like it's way too tight. It would only just barely fit around the waist, I guess. But that's okay. Isn't she so cool? Really, really pretty. And then everything else I have accessories wise are doubles or things that go on the head, like this yellow one I have. And then I'm still stumped on this one. Like, it could be a necklace, but that implies that they expected you to take off their heads, which I can't imagine they did. Like, that's a play pattern. But I don't know, because you do have to take off the hands for some of the outfits. I guess you don't technically have to, but it helps. And if you try to take the hands off of these, the peg stretches out. It's really weird because they're really rubbery. So it's definitely similar to a Monster High hand, the way you take it off, but they're rubbery, so it stretches and it makes you think you're breaking it, and it's scary. Anyways, next round, I'm going to do this little bubble outfit, which is super fun. I'm going to do this little cupcake outfit. And I mean, the last one that we have is this one. And even though I don't really think this is an intended outfit, I think the fabric is wrong. We'll still put it on. We'll still look at it. I nearly fainted. I was putting this outfit on. I have to pull it on over her head because of the shoe situation. And there's a tag. And I was like, oh my God, is that going to have like a logo? But unfortunately, it's totally blank. Round two. Yeah, these are the outfits that I don't... I mean, I love this one, actually. I put her back into her, well, some of the original shoes because I just thought they looked better with this outfit. I don't have all of the shoes that surfaced. Unfortunately, that's the thing that, like, I got barely any of the shoes that ended up being listed. Although I have a lot of doubles, so if you have doubles, you know, let's work it out. Anyway. This is cute. This one is a belly shirt, so I can take this off and show you. Pretty cute. I actually really like this outfit on her, and I actually really, really like it with this belt, which I didn't think that I would, because I thought that the belt was a bit distracting because everything else is such a light color, but I think it actually worked. I think it was really cute. And then this one, that's supposed to be, this looks like a chewing gum like wrapper. And then this looked like on the actual one, like I showed a picture earlier, it just looked like chewing gum. But anyway, is that. And then there's a big cute bow on the back. But because of where the tail sits, I can't get the bow to cooperate, but this is probably what it was going for. Yeah, interesting. Unfortunately, I do not have the final version of this. So if anybody has it, I can trade you a super rare test one. I'm kidding. It actually seems like there's more test ones than the actual one. At least, well, I guess people weren't buying the test one because it doesn't quite flow. I don't know. And then the cupcake one. So you have the sprinkles, the little cupcake wrapper. It's pretty cute. I could be convinced that these are actually the shoes for this outfit. I think it goes quite well. This one, the pink wasn't there, so I didn't go with these shoes, but God, I love these shoes. And yeah, that's the Trashion Alley fashions. If you want certain outfits on certain characters, I might do it. I would do it as short form videos though. But for the finale, I'm going to put them all in the outfits that I liked the best on each of them. Kind of. This one I'm limited by the shoes. All right, we've made it to the part where we look at them in the outfits that I like. So these are the 4 outfits that I like the best, other than, I will say, the doily look that came with this girly. Yeah, that's the showstopper. That's my favorite on her so far, so I think I'll probably put it back on, this one. It's so cute. And I do like her in this one, but maybe it's just because I'm used to it. But these two, I'm like, perfect, don't change a thing. But these 2 looks, I don't know. I can't decide which look to keep Vermina in. It's so funny. She's the one who, like, I want in, like, a final outfit. I'm thinking it's going to be this one, honestly. I think that this will just be such a classic, like, main character look for her. I don't know if she was intended to be the main character, honestly. She is the main character for me because she's the only one with a head. But there she is. I thought this outfit would be good, just one, because I really like it. I thought it would contrast well with her skin, or her fur color, but also the headband. She's the only one that can wear the headband, but I don't know. And then I gave her the Baby Bell purse to match with the shoes. I don't know. Something's not clicking. I think this one will be better, and the subtle red won't be outrageous like this one, but the white tag shirt might bother me still. But all of them have a major white element except that one. So this one, I'm not as into this outfit, so I don't really want to do that one. And then, of course, this isn't like a real final outfit. Look at that tag in there. Unfortunately, none of the tags have printing on them. It's such a bummer. You can see one in here, too. I wish they did. And I did check, and I didn't see tags in the other outfits, just so you know. But, see. That's like a little ribbon that they use to keep it from, like, spinning around, but no tags, unfortunately. But anyway. Yeah, this is my favorite look. Probably not those shoes with it. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I put her back in her original shoes because I thought they looked cute with this whole look. Really like this. But I liked it better with that belt, but I only got one of that belt, so I think it just really helps that outfit pop. Yeah, I'm very curious about all of the different accessories. I did not get all of them, but if anybody has any available for trade or sale, let me know. Anyways, that's it for this video. I had a lot of fun. The Winx cards absolutely blew me away and exceeded my expectations. I did not expect them to be that cool. And I already had a set. Those were just cooler than the set that I already have, which is really exciting. I can't wait to move them around in my Winx display and like figure out where they're going to go. It's going to be really fun. But yeah, I had so much fun with these Trashion Alley outfits, and I definitely think these ones are going to be retired for the foreseeable future, but I don't know. I think Doily outfit's going to come back, and then we'll have to figure out what outfit I want to put on her. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.